welcome back, and today is a special video. Today is a sewing live, and we're doing the NCW sew along with Lauren over at Mormino. A few of us are going to be doing the same thing. We're doing the NCW, and all of their lives will be linked down below in the description box. Some will be actual lives and some will be pre-recorded lives, like this one. This will be a pre-recorded live, and when y'all are watching this video, I'll be able to chat along with you, so I thought that would be fun. So, yeah, so hopefully you join me and sew along with me and do the NCW. I'm using this really pretty fabric from Lauren Mormino. It's the stained glass roses, I believe, and that's going to be my flap. And my exterior is this really pretty pink holographic, which is also from Lauren. Isn't that really pretty? Oh, I cannot wait to see that together. And then, this is my interior, which is a waterproof canvas. So I wanted to do very little interfacing, so I went with waterproof canvas. So we're going to see how this goes. I have seen other people do it and it works out just fine. I have never made this pattern before, so I will be referring to the pattern quite a bit because I have no idea the steps, how to make the wallet. So we're going to be doing this together. So I might pause every now and then to refer to the pattern. But yeah, so let's get started on sewing up the NCW. And have a little chat and sit and sew. And yeah, so if you have any questions, go ahead and ask. I should be joining in on the chat with you later. So, alright. I'm going to start out with the flap. And so I guess let's talk about some goals maybe about in the new year. Goals for my channel would be probably to upload a video at least once a week, since I have not been very good about uploading videos at all. Life gets busy, so, you know, we've had a lot of sickness in this house. I'm actually still getting over a cold, so if I cough, I'm sorry. And I do probably sound kind of nasally still, but yeah, so how do we, I don't even know how you sew this on at a 1/4 inch. Yeah, so my goals for the channel this year are going to be to at least post one video a week would be, you know, my goal. Not sure I can stick to that goal. That's why I don't know, I really don't like having, goals, because you can't always stick to them, and I'm sewing this at a 1/2 inch. I already screwed up. So I don't know. I like to have goals, and then I don't like to have goals, because you may or may not stick to them, right? I mean, we're all human. I'm just not too hard on myself if I don't stick to them. So yeah. That's one of the goals for the channel. And in life, I guess, you know, like always, probably not always just at New Year's, but to always try to better yourself and be a better person, and be easy on yourself, I guess. Not take things so seriously in life would be my goal, as always. Yeah, so what are some of your guys' goals for the New Year's? Do you have goals? Do you not set any goals? I know some people don't do New Year's resolutions. I don't either, but goals in life in general. What are some of your goals for this new year? I'd like to know. So I'm sewing around this this curve. And I'm trying to go slow so I don't screw it up. So how many of you guys made the NCW? Probably everyone but me. I have never made this pattern. Alright, so I am going to grab my pinking shears and cut around that. Anybody going to SME this next year? There's a lot of different options. There's Texas in February, which I'll be there. There is Tennessee in June, I think. And then let's see. And then Florida in September, and then the cruise in December. I know there's another cruise in May, but that one sold out a while ago. But who's going to that? These pinking shears are very hard to use. They're very stiff. Alright. So I'm going to turn my flap. I did interface my flap. It's a cotton woven. I interfaced it with a medium weight woven interfacing by Emmeline Bags. And it's called the EB Fuse. I've used it a few times on a few things. I do like it. It's, I guess some people say it's a Decoville, it's, I wouldn't say replacement because I don't think there's anything out there that replaces Decoville. But it is more affordable than Decoville. So if you want to be kind of use that Decoville you have sparingly, this is a good option. I've used the heavy and I've used a medium, which is what I have on my flap here. And then I've used the light woven interfacing, which I really like. It fuses very quickly in comparison to like SF101, which I can't stand. I'm sure I'm not the only one that has a love-hate relationship with SF101. I've kind of moved on from that. That is what I used when I first started sewing. But the other interfacing that I have used, since we're talking interfacing, I've used the one from So Dulce, which I like. And then I've used Woven Fuse. And I believe that's it. And now I've been using the EB Fuse, which I really like. It fuses very quickly, and it's very easy to use. I like it. I haven't exactly ventured out too much in my interfacing, you know, quest for perfect interfacing, I guess. Don't really have a quest to just use as I feel like I should try something new. Alright, so I'm going to take a quick moment to go and iron this nice and flat so I have a nice flat flap to work with to top stitch. Alright, I'm back, and I went ahead and pressed my flap really well so it's nice and flat. Alright, so I'm going to be using a turn lock on this one. I thought it'd be nice to use a turn lock. And so y'all know, I have never installed a turn lock, so a new pattern, a new turn lock. Hey, let's start the new year right? So in the new year, I do plan on doing a bunch of new patterns I have never done before. I'm starting off the year right by making the NCW. What are some of the patterns y'all want to try out this year? And of course, patterns keep coming out faster than we can sew them. So of course, that list of new patterns I want to sew will be forever growing, which is awesome. Only if we had enough time in the day. to sew them all up. There you go. Super cute so far. I love the flap. The flap is really, really pretty. I love the shape it has. It's like a very feminine shape. It's very pretty. So I'm gonna grab my turn lock, and this is the male end, I would say. Yeah, female? Female? This is female end. And I am going to find my centers. I'm going to go get my area erasing marker that helps in this process, because this will be seen, so I don't want to mark it with anything. Alright. So I'll grab this and a marking tool, probably not that color. Alright, and we want to go centered, and I think I'm going to do about an inch or so from that center, which is about right there. Oh no, I gotta cut into the fabric. That's the scary part. Alright, scissors. So how many of you have made this wallet, and how many times have you made it? I know this is a popular one. Definitely a popular one. I already had a favorite wallet that I like to make, so that's why I didn't ever like make this one, I guess. I don't know. I always wanted to. Before I go doing that, I might want to draw my circle. My hole. These scissors are a little big for this, but I like their little pointy thingy. They're Kai scissors. I really like these scissors. I want the smaller version of these. I don't have any other sizes but this one. But that sharp pointy edge on this just really helps with having control of your scissors. I really like it. So how was everyone's Christmas? I know travel plans were pretty insane this year. If you were one of those people that ended up having a cancellation or having to hang out in the airport for a while, my heart goes out to you. I'm sorry. That just is not fun. Hopefully y'all found ways to still enjoy the holiday. We're all sick, so we had a very chill Christmas. We all hung out in our PJs and made a really simple dinner, since our taste buds are kind of off. And so I made a ham and some mashed potatoes and a veggie. That was really it, the extent of my cooking for Christmas. Usually I do a little more than that, but I think that's big enough. Not sure. I can hear my dog barking out there. She thinks that she is tough, that one. She's barking at the neighbor's dogs, and they are big dogs. My dog is a tiny little dog. Well, I wouldn't say tiny, but she's small. That's probably why she thinks she's tough. Yeah, I'm gonna say this is good. Alright, so let's install this part, and I'm gonna put some bright check on this just from my peace of mind. It is interfaced, but so if y'all don't know, or anybody out there doesn't know what freight check is, it's kind of like it's not glue. it seals your raw ends on cotton fabrics or any kind of fabric that frays, so it keeps it from fraying. It basically stops fraying. I did a backpack that I used. It wasn't cotton woven, it was a cotton canvas, and that did fray. Not as much as cotton woven, but still frays. And so I used this along the edge of a overlay that I used on it because I wanted the overlay to match. I knew that there was a possibility of fraying, but I gave it a whirl and I used fray check on it, and it's actually holding up. My son's been using that backpack for a few months now, and it's holding up, so it works pretty good. Alright, so I'm going to move that aside. Alright, well that was easy enough. Make sure it's nice and straight. There it is. That's so cute. I would have gone probably with a rainbow, actually, because rainbow's like my go-to hardware color. But I only have a single turn lock. It's the only single turn lock I have ever purchased. And it's the only one I have. So here it is, and I'm using it for the first time. So I'll be getting more turn locks. I really like the look of them. They're really pretty. So let's see what's next. I'm not gonna put in the male part just yet because I kind of want to like put it where I want to put it, so it like gives me enough room for closing it where I want it to be. And my mental process on that one is a little different, so I'm gonna wait for that. So now we're going to grab our exterior D-piece. This guy. Look how pretty, so pretty. Probably gonna find my centers. So what's everybody working on? What are some projects you got going on? I have a lot planned. I have a few custom orders that I need to do. Let's see. And then I really want to do a tutorial on the newest bag I just did. It was a free pattern by Acquaint Stitch. I did not do a tutorial on that. I just did the testing, and it's a really cute bag. Really cute. It's a small bag. It's a little like mini crossbody. That's actually what she calls it. It is called the Iris, and I really want to make a tutorial for that one. What are some tutorials y'all would like me to do? There we go. That's a good one. That is helpful. I know there's a lot that I would like to make, but what do y'all want to see? What do you want to see me sew? What in the new year would you like to see? I know I found that center, but I didn't find it up here. Alright, I'm back. So I got my lining as well. So I'm going to be attaching our flap. Find my centers because I have not done that. And this is not like a full tutorial by any means. Just kind of talking along as I sew. So does anybody have any like New Year's traditions? I have one New Year's tradition, and that is to make black-eyed peas. It's a good luck thing. Some of you may know what that is, some may not. I believe it is Southern because it's black-eyed peas. I'm not really sure everything behind it or why everyone does it. I think it is definitely a good luck thing to start off the year right. I don't know. I learned it from my husband's family, we never did that. So my family never did that. So I don't know if my family had a tradition or not. But his family always made black-eyed peas. So then I started making black-eyed peas because I love black-eyed peas, and so that's what I did. So what do y'all do? Yeah, I'd like to know what other people's traditions are. So which ones were wrong? Wrong side, right side to right side. So I'm just gonna baste this on. So I sew on a Juki 1181, just so anybody's wondering. And that glue all over my fingers. Alright. This is the only industrial machine I have. I do love this machine very much. It does everything I need. I haven't felt like I needed a stronger machine, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. Bigger machine, I don't know. I did start off with a domestic. The domestic I started off with is a Husqvarna, and it's a good machine. And I did make bags on it. I just wanted a little more out of my machine, and that machine could not give me that. So that's when I started looking into getting an industrial. Watching YouTube videos and all of my favorite people to watch, a lot of them use industrials, and so I just started watching to see how their machines behaved and how they sewed, and kind of like how they felt about their machine, and how you know, everyone has certain goals that they're trying to achieve with a machine. So are you going to sew like really thick leather? Are you going to, you know, stick with vinyls and, you know, thinner leathers, I guess, because leather does have different diameters, and so you can sew with softer, not like saddle type leather, you know, with this machine. So that's kind of how I went about it. I never saw myself ever sewing really thick leather, so I was like, well, this is machine enough for me, I believe. And I went with it. I ordered it. It was very expensive to ship where I live. I live in Alaska, and shipping here is just outrageous. I know shipping's kind of crazy everywhere, but it's insane here. Like, it's ridiculous. So I've been wanting a cylinder arm, and I don't have one yet, mainly because shipping is very, very expensive here, and so I'm gonna wait. Maybe that'll be one of my goals this year, is to work towards getting a cylinder arm, because they're not cheap either, you know. Gotta make smart choices, but I really do want a cylinder arm. And before I knew a lot about sewing machines, or who am I to say? I'm not, you know, an expert on any sewing machines, but before I knew like much at all about even industrials, I didn't know that cylinder arms came with a flatbed, nor did I know what a cylinder arm really was. I thought it looked like a crazy looking machine, so I was like, I don't know if that's not what I'm looking for. That's not it, right? So if I would have known a little bit more, I probably would have started with a cylinder arm because they do have the flatbed option. And I did watch a few tutorials on YouTube on this wallet, and I saw how some people do the slit in the lining to turn the wallet. And I was like, well, that's cool. I'm gonna do that. And I think I'm going to use my pinking shears so everything turns nicely. Like these pinking shears are hard to use because they're really, really stiff, but there are pinking shears out there that are a lot easier to use than this one. But if you have pinking shears, they are really nice. They help turn corners real nicely. Probably wouldn't get these ones. They pinch your finger, like when you go like this, and maybe it's the way I hold scissors, but I'm like this, and then I pinch my finger right in there. And these things are heavy duty. And I thought I should buy a pair of heavy duty ones. No. Buy some cheap ones on Amazon, call it good. So I'm gonna just go ahead and keep clipping. This top edge has my flap, so it's a little tougher to get through. So I am really excited about Texas SME. It'll be my first time teaching ever. So I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous about teaching. I'm not the best like speaker, or you know, I don't know. I tend to clam up a little bit sometimes, but I felt that it's the sewing community that I love, and it's what I love to do, and I'm gonna give it a try. You know, new things in the year, right? That's one of them. And I'm excited. I'm excited to get to know and meet some new people and teach. And I'm teaching the peekaboo from Lauren, and we're going to be doing it in the industrial room, because at the Texas SME they're going to have an industrial room, which is super exciting. So I'm going to teach on an industrial. And what's cool about that, and I thought was cool, was that why not do a simple bag pattern that you can accomplish and finish, and do it on a industrial machine. If you've never sewn on an industrial machine, it's a great opportunity to take a class that is using the industrial room. So not only will you be learning a pattern and how to sew that pattern, you'll be, you know, hands-on with an industrial machine. If you are kind of like, oh, I'd like one, or you're not too sure because you're not sure about its power, or, you know, whatever you're feeling or needing to know before you make that decision or something, you can use one. And I also believe that you can rent time to sew. Don't quote me on that. I know it's something kind of like that, but you get sewing time on them. It's not a class, it's just time to just use the machine, which is really cool. I think that's awesome. So there's that. There's a lot of classes being offered in the Texas SME, so that's really cool. I believe there's more classes in Texas than there was in the most recent Florida SME Expo, which I did go to. That was my first expo. That was so much fun. So much fun. I was so excited to be there, meet people, and I got to meet so many awesome people that I've been either watching on YouTube or have seen on social media. Yeah, it was awesome. It was a great experience. If anybody out there wants to do SME and just go shopping, like, it's a lot of fun, and you get to meet so many people, very like-minded people, which I absolutely love, because they love what you love. So I'm excited for that in the new year. I'm not sure if I'll be teaching in Florida or not, but I'm definitely going to the Florida SME in September. Ooh, it's so pretty. Poke out all of my corners. I definitely don't feel like I have the flu anymore. It's just kind of lingering. So I'm going to poke out my corners really well. I'll probably take this to the iron because I can iron the right side of my waterproof canvas. Get a nice flat seam here to top stitch on. Have any of y'all done it this way, where you cut the slit right there? That was pretty genius. All this gets covered up with your card slots, so why not? Why leave the open hole down here? This is awesome. Whoever came up with this, I don't know whose idea was first. I've seen a few people do it. Brittany was the first one I saw because I was watching her NCW, and I was like, oh, that's a cool idea. Alright, so I'm going to go take this to the iron real quick, and I'll be back. Alright, so I've gotten my oval thing here nicely pressed. Now I'm going to top stitch. So I like to top stitch smooth. I use a 5 or 5.5 on my machine usually for top stitching. Every machine is different, so. And I would only assume that that goes for industrials as well. Not every machine is made the same. Although they all like kind of technically do the same thing. They all behave differently. Even DU1181 to the next one, like, I'm pretty sure they all just behave very differently. I've even heard how some of them sound differently on video, and they're the same machine. Like, mine breaks kind of hard, and it's probably because of my needle positioner. Well, I know it's my needle positioner. It breaks hard. Like, the breaking is when it stops, it's a little louder. At least I think it's louder. leave my tails on to pull my threads back. How's the weather in your neck of the woods? Sorry if you watch Channel 2 or the Today Show, or it's Channel 2 for us, but the Today Show. Old Dylan Dreyer and the weather. It's been kind of insane here. It's we had Snowmageddon a few weeks ago. Or we got snow every day for a week. It was like a total of, I think it was like 40 some inches or so. Some areas got more than others. And then right after that, it decided to get really windy. Well, and one of the days that we actually got most of the snow was windy and snowing at the same time, so it was blizzard conditions. And we got snow blown into onto our windows. So like you couldn't even see out of the windows. This one was fine because of where the house is in comparison to where the wind was coming. So the wind was coming from like that side of our house. But like our bedroom window completely covered, like up high as far as you can see, it was covered in snow. So that meant excuse me, that meant our garage doors were also buried because they are on the front side of the house. So our front door was buried, and our garages, and then this side of the house, but I'm on the upper floor. But the downstairs was, oh my gosh, it was so much snow. We had to dig out my husband's truck. There was just so much snow. It was insane. I've never seen so much snow ever in my life, and I've lived here for 30 years, and my husband's lived here for 33, and never has he seen such a thing. I've never, ever. I've seen a lot of snow, but not that much snow. All at once, at least. Like, we get a good amount of snow some years we don't. But we get it in spurts, like smaller spurts. And, never all at once like that. I've never seen anything like it. So I'm going to put my tag in here somewhere. So it's going to be probably about here. I'm not sure. I'm gonna find somewhere to put it. So the center, these are pretty, but they roll around. But I've been seeing how crazy the weather has been all over the country. It's just insane. Crazy, crazy. So that's about center. I want to go... Like I said, I've never made this wallet before, so I'm kind of guesstimating where I want my label to end up at. So if we fold this up, because I do know it goes like these, right? And then it goes up like this. And that gives me an idea. It's so pretty. Oh, I love it. Okay, so if I have it about there, kind of like that, let's see. Where do I want? Do I want it like? I kind of want it in the center there, like that. I mean, it's not to say it'll be right in the center, but kind of have an idea of where I want this, and we're gonna go off of that. Why not? So that's center right there. So it's about 4 inches. So I want it like right about there. I'll make a mark. Right in my center. Alright. Yeah. We'll go with that. So did anybody... Right here. So did anyone sign up for sewing blurbs? I did. I'm excited for sewing blurbs. Oh yeah, you do not like seeing that. It's okay. We will do this instead. Yeah, I'm excited to get a new box every month with new fun things. I'm not sure if there's still like room to sign up, so I don't know. Maybe someone does. Do you know? I'm gonna grab a scrap of Decoville. I keep all my scraps of Decoville. This is Decoville light, and I keep the heavy as well. They come in nice and handy for nameplates. And I just cut some slits on it. Probably use my washer. I think my pen's running out. Yeah, definitely. Have no fear, I have more. I don't know. How do y'all install your nameplates if you have them? Not everyone has like their own way. This is just how I have found to like it. So I insert my nameplates and then I do a scrap of Decoville. I don't bother fusing it, I just put it on there. And then I open up the prongs. I know you cannot see what I'm doing, but kind of trying to talk you through it. I open up the prongs and then I use duct tape. Well, in this case, Gorilla Tape. And then I saw Saya Swag talked about how when she started ripping on this, they kind of just ripped down the middle, and so then I've started mine the same way, so then that way I have like perfect size strips for my tags. It works well for me. And then I lay this over the prongs, and that's it. Just kind of gives it a layer of protection so those prongs don't rub on the fabric. Alright, I think we are done with this step, and now we're going to go to our card slots. Super cute. Make sure it's nice and straight. Sorry, I can't help it. I want to see what it looks like. And this vinyl, so soft. It's really soft to the touch, and it's, I think, a perfect weight for a wallet because look, everything is all nicely folded. I know the card slots and the zippered pockets aren't in here yet, but it folds so nicely. There's not a lot of bulk there, so I think this vinyl is like perfect if you're gonna do a vinyl on this wallet. So far I'm liking. How cute is that? Alright. Oh, did I forget? I did. Where's my washer? Alright, now we can put you aside. Alright, I'm gonna grab my card slots. So I've kind of pre-folded them. And that's about it. Kind of used in my iron and kind of pressed them. Alrighty. So what are some shows everybody likes to watch? Not that I might even know what they are, because I don't watch a lot of TV. Nowadays there's just not a lot of time for TV. I used to watch a lot of TV. Like I even recorded a bunch of stuff and would watch it later kind of thing, but not as much anymore. My favorite show is Friends, so I do watch that all the time, very religiously. So it's probably the one show I do watch a lot. We've been watching a lot of like older Disney stuff. My son is just now starting to get a little more interested in things besides Transformers and Minecraft. Like he was really obsessed with Transformers there for a little while. Like even my machine is called Optimus. So all we would watch is Transformers over and over and over. I'm pretty sure y'all know what that's like. And but now he's taking an interest into a lot of the older Disney movies that we watched as kids. And even the newer ones, so that's been fun. We have been doing that. We watched Home Alone quite a few times for Christmas. That is kind of something we do no matter what. He's always like that one. He thinks it's funny when Kevin McAllister beats up the bad guys. Oop, there's top stitching the right ones here. Yeah, this one. And so I kind of pre-folded these and creased my card slots just to make this process a little quicker. Because I'm not the world's fastest sewer. That's okay. I'm not the world's fastest at anything, actually. I'm a lot of my friends and like my husband especially, he says I'm a hippie. Just take my time with things. Yep. I'm never in a hurry, usually. I mean, there's times where yes, I'm like rushing out of the house, like, you know. But for the most part, I'm a pretty chill person. Sometimes I can get super excited too, and then I can't control my excitement. Did I do this right? So it goes like this, like this, like this. Goes like that. Cute. So, what is your favorite tool in your sewing room? What is a must? For me, let's see guys. Snips. I use snips for a lot. They're probably one of the handiest things in my sewing room. On my sewing machine, because on my sewing machine I have basically everything I need. Even my clips are over here on a magnetic bowl. See? So I keep my clips in this magnetic bowl and just stick it to my machine, which is easy for me. It works for me. So I put it there so they're at hand's reach. My lighter. I kind of like to stick to the machine a little bit, but that's cute. What tools are your favorite or like your must tool? And I love that tools are getting cute. Because who doesn't want to use pretty tools? I do. Okay. It goes like this. And then you sew the sides down, right? Top stitch across the folds, refold. And base sides using 1/8 of an inch. And then using, okay. I want to make sure that I got those spaced right. Ooh, check this out. It's the teal and pink. What kind of teal, purple, and pink kind of gradiates or grade? I don't know how to say the word. They're Lauren's glittery. They're so pretty. Oh my gosh, love them. Talking about pretty tools, rulers should be pretty too. So I need that to be at least 4 1/2. Okay. Assuming it goes down a little bit there. So I did use a waterproof canvas for my card spots. And it's from FW Tracks, I believe. Do you go down the bottom? No, just the sides. kind of watched a few different tutorials. There aren't a lot of them. There's a few of them. And kind of took what I thought I'd like and applied it to this one. Like, I knew I didn't want to do a ton of interfacing, so I went with waterproof canvas. And I wanted the 2 pockets on the inside, so I don't know if I said something about that or not. I am doing the 2 zippered pockets on the interior. I saw a few people doing it that way, and I like that. So I'm going to do that. And then the whole turning it through that center was really cool, so I took that. For the most part, I'm pretty sure I'm sticking to the pattern for the most part. Sew down the bottom of the 2 1/4 inch. This part is a little short, but what did I do with my clippies? Yeah, I'll let you over there. Alright. So then we... I don't know what we were talking about already. I forgot. So I need to open up this seam, and I'm going to go use my iron to iron this open. And I will be right back. And I'm back. Alright, so my battery died and had to go find another battery. It's just... Anyway, found out what I was doing wrong. And so now I opened my seam. I pressed it open, and then I have my card slot back now, right sides together. I think we got this now. Maybe if I read directions. I kind of, you know, skimmed them. And then from memory of what I've watched other people do, I was kind of like, oh yeah, I go here and do this and this and this. And it's like, nope, got that all wrong. That's alright. That's how we learn. Making mistakes. And they're not huge ones, so, you know, no biggie. So, alright. Let me turn this one upside out. See, this is the part where I went ahead of myself. Besides, I didn't put the card back on. I'm just talking away, not paying attention. So I sewed my card slots together and did that. Alright. And mine did end up being a little shorter than the directions say. I'm still winging it. I'm going with it. Thinking it should be okay. I'm trying to press these seams open. And I'm going to take it to the iron and get it nice and flat. Because waterproof canvas, you can iron waterproof canvas as long as it's on the right side. so you don't burn or melt the backing on waterproof canvas. I'm gonna go ahead and push out these seams really well, and I'll take it to the iron. I mean, I could just top stitch this way, but I like to have it nice and flat, because why not? Alright, so I'm going to take this to the iron and we'll be right back. So now I already went ahead and pressed that. So I'm going to sew all the way around. Sometimes the wheel on my chair likes to get underneath my pedal. Or my treadle. I call it a pedal. So it'll be fun to see what everyone ends up doing with their NCWs. I'm sure we all have different ways of making things and what different options we put into it. So it'll be fun to see what everyone does. So make sure to watch everyone's live and subscribe to all of the channels if you haven't already. I think this is a fun tradition that Lauren has started to sew an NCW for New Year's or every New Year's Eve. It's fun. Kind of helps you reflect on the year. Think about the future and plans and goals. Everyone's goals are different. Alright, so I'm going to set these aside and grab my pockets. So I'm doing the 2 zippers, so I might have to pause and look at my notes because this is not part of the pattern. So what is everyone most excited about for the new year? Any big plans? Any new careers? Maybe? Change in life situations? Over here, I don't know. I don't have anything specifically planned for changing too drastically. I have one too many. Probably just same old, same old. I would like to move. I would like to move from Alaska completely. It's a big thing, so definitely probably not going to happen this year, but it's definitely something we've been talking about a lot. We just want to go to warmer weather and just, you know, we're all just feeling it's time for a little bit of a change. We think that might be it. Just, we're outdoorsy people. Like, we love Alaska, but the cold has gotten a little much for us. Like we've been there, done that kind of thing. I don't necessarily like the cold weather very much. When I was younger, I used to like not be bothered by it. But now that I have seen what it's like, that I was part of it too. I've seen what it's like to be in warmer weather. I almost forgot what that was like because I am originally from Florida. But I left when I was 10, so it's not like I forgot that it was hot, but it was just, you know, when you're not around it a lot, you kind of forget what it's like. So one thing, I'm just going to top stitch my tabs here. I think this fabric looks really good with this green zipper tape. At least that's my opinion. But I think that looks really cute. It goes really well with that zipper tape. My zippers are done. Let's put those aside, and I got my card pocket thingies. Okay. So I'm going to use double-sided sticky tape. I like to apply my zippers with double-sided sticky tape. Normally I'd use an 1/8, but I'm out. And I haven't made an order. I've been meaning to, but I keep forgetting, and yeah, I'll get to it. That is one thing for the new year I need to do probably within the first week, is kind of take an inventory a little bit of like hardware and zipper tape. I'm good on. I sell my own zipper tape, so I have plenty of zipper tape. I mean, I still buy zipper tape, but I need an inventory of like hardware and double-sided sticky tape, you know, those kind of necessities that we use. But just to start off the year with a nice supplies, stocking supplies would be nice. And I'm going to switch my foot over to a zipper foot. So I do have a zipper foot for this machine, and I do use it. Although you can reach a 1/4 inch pretty easily with this this foot, I still like to give myself the room. Probably should have opened that zipper. Open her up there. These tiny little zippers are hard to hold on to. I don't really use number 3 zippers all that much. Do y'all? Yeah, I might be able to get a 1/4 inch pretty easily there. I think I'm just gonna wing it. And if it was 3/8 seam allowance, which there are a lot of patterns like that, where you want to sew your zipper on at a 3/8, and that one is a little harder to achieve with this machine. So I try to use my zipper foot. So since I don't have any interfacing on these pockets, I'm not going to take it to the iron. I'm just going to try to straighten it out the best I can, finger press it, and then keep going. With the use of some clips. Have any of y'all made this double zippered pocket? I thought it looked cute, so of course I've never made the bag and I have got to go make changes to it. You know. And I keep calling it a bag. Go on. Sorry. Very cute. Double-sided sticky tape. And this wider zipper, double-sided sticky tape is gunking up my needle a little bit, but that's okay. It's not too bad. I normally just like rub my fingers on it and rub it off. Alright. Let me open that up. Yeah. Making sure. Oh, I did not open my zipper, did I? It's going to be in the back end here. That's okay. When I get to it, I'll move it. When you move your zippers like that, you definitely want to keep your needle in at all times. I've done it before. I'm like, oops. But having the needle positioner is a game changer for that. Alright. Like my domestic machine, I had to make that conscious, gotta leave the needle down, gotta leave the needle down. It's not the straightest zipper, but it'll do. Okay, so we have our zipper. Make sure I have it opening in the right direction. Back's starting to hurt. Do y'all, can y'all sit for very long and sew? I can't. My back starts to hurt really bad. I have scoliosis, which only gets worse as time goes by. I was born with it. My tailbone was crooked and still is. So I was born with a crooked tailbone. And so I have a very, I didn't trim down my zipper tabs, but I have a very woo back, and my neck's the worst. Actually, my neck's like a complete CS looking thing. So I can't sit for super long periods of time, but I also can't stand for long periods of time. So it's almost like I have to do both even amounts of time. And zipper opening this way. And what I like about using double-sided sticky tape in this process is that your tape doesn't move. Your zipper doesn't move, and you can skip the basting process. I sometimes still baste depending on what I'm making, but in this case I am skipping the basting process because the tape is holding and it's a small pocket, so it's not that big of a deal. But that's why I like doing the double-sided sticky tape. It's definitely not necessary, I prefer it. So I also sell these little alligator clippy thingies. Mine are rose gold, and these are Lauren's, so these are her rainbow. I just mix them up. It almost doesn't feel like a new year, like, you know, like a new year yet. It barely felt like Christmas. Like it felt like it, but didn't, kind of thing. I don't know. I just feel like the years are just going faster and faster. But I remember ringing in 2022 like it was yesterday. We did do fireworks last year. That was a lot of fun. The wind wasn't blowing nearly as bad as it's supposed to this year, but we normally do fireworks. And if we don't do them here at home, we'll go out to our cabin. We have a remote cabin out in the woods. We've had it for a long time. We started building it in 2009. My husband and I have been doing it ourselves. We have help here and there from a friend that lives out there, or doesn't live out there. He goes out there when he's out there. He did help a lot when like it was like standing up the walls kind of stuff, because I couldn't. I physically couldn't lift up those walls. But I've learned a lot of building stuff because of it. Like it was a lot of fun to put together. We're still in the process of finishing it, actually. We can stay in it for sure already. Like our kitchen's in and our bathroom's in, and it is remote, so there's no like electricity or running water there. So we have a like a porta potty kind of thing that we use in our bathroom, and then the way we get rid of it when we leave, because you got to get rid of it, because once you leave and you turn off the generator, that's how we generate power while we're there, everything freezes up again. We use a wood burning stove while we're there, and so when you leave, everything freezes back up again, so you gotta get rid of it. And so we have before we had the cabin, we had this outhouse kind of hole thing that we dug up. So that's where it goes. And it gets buried. Cabins up here, especially remote ones, are very, very popular. We really, really did love it at first. Now we were kind of wishing we had one that you could drive to. Because we cannot drive to ours. We are 3.5 miles off the road. So we park in this big parking lot. We bring our snow machines up because we normally go up there in the wintertime only. Summertime is very, very buggy and it's not fun. So it's mostly a winter cabin. And I think I'm gonna baste that. What was I saying? No, I'll take that. So we ride in on snow machines, and you know, the older you get, the less you want to do. Well, at least for us. There's a lot of people that still love doing that. I don't mind it. I really do like riding my snow machine. I just getting there and warming up the cabin's the part. Once I'm there and everything's nice and warm and you can get out of your snow gear, I'm fine and I forget about it. I forget about how much I hate being cold. Do any of you have like a little place you go to? I know we're not the only ones with cabins, so. My dog just woke up. She's been napping right over there the entire time. So if I have that like that, I want to put this like that. Yeah. Gotta talk my way through this. I'm hoping this is the way it was supposed to be because it looks like it so far. Because this is not part of the pattern. But from what I remember seeing others do on YouTube, it was like this. But then again, you know, I screwed up my card pockets. I'm really excited about how this is gonna turn out. I love all the colors together. So pretty. I was kind of wanting like some sequins, like a sequiny type type vinyl, kind of like the new stuff Lauren is probably going to carry. I don't know if she's going to, but she just used it in a bag. That's perfect for New Year's. So I was kind of wanting something like that, but I don't have anything. But this is just as perfect. I also have the stained glass and the vinyl, which I'm kind of hoarding. I don't wanna use it. I mean, I do and I don't, right? Alright, so I think I do have this alright. And we are going to top stitch through this tube. Place a clip to kind of help me hold it there. Alright. This is going to be a little hard to see. For me. Maybe if I open this. I think that might be a little more helpful. Alright. Just trying to make sure I'm not moving that pocket. Just want to make sure it's all nice and flat. So how many of you are new bag makers? So like within the year, I guess. How much have you learned? I know my first year of sewing, I learned a lot. There's a lot to learn, and still learning, obviously. But I went from not knowing anything about sewing, like literally, besides, you know, what a scant 1/4 inch is, and you know, like quilting terms. But when it came to bag making, yeah, I had no clue at all, anything. Why can't I cut that? Cut. Alright. So I want to say that my first bag ever was a boxy bag. And I remember that it was a boxy bag that I had found on YouTube. I cannot remember her name, but she had passed away not that long ago from a long fight with cancer. Melanie? Is it Melanie? I believe it's Melanie. She has a very successful YouTube career. She did a lot of quilting herself, and so I learned my first boxy bag from her. And then from there, I kind of, you know, was like, ooh, well, bags are fun. What else can I make? And then I started digging into the YouTube world of box making, of bag making, and found all these wonderful bag makers on YouTube. Found a world I didn't even know was there. It was the coolest thing when I discovered it. And I was like, what? You can make that? And of course, me always wanting to learn something new, or finding something that, you know, would stick, kind of thing, I guess. I wasn't too thrilled with quilting. I found quilting kind of boring. And I was like, doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over. It just got kind of boring. So I didn't do it very often, right? Like, I still have quilting patterns that I still have all cut out, not sewn up. You know, that's just how that goes. They are in project bins that will one day, maybe, I don't know, because I'd rather make bags. I haven't even touched them. But when I found bag making, I was hooked. Like, I was literally hooked. It's not easy, it's not hard. I mean, there's plenty of bags out there that you can do that that will be super satisfying, even though they're not the hardest bag in the world. I'm not even sure I've made a super hard one anyway. Or what I would find, you know, that is like a expert level or something. So I believe we sew these shut, and then, yes, I think so, at a quarter inch. So yeah, I fell in love with bag making, and ever since I discovered bag making, I've just kind of been trying to learn as much as possible, as much as I can. I like to challenge myself. So if it's like something I've been making a lot, because I can do that, I'm like, ooh, I'm comfortable with this. I don't have to read directions, and so I'll like stick to a bag pattern, and then but in order to grow, you have to push yourself to, you know, learn new things, new techniques, and new ways of doing things. That's why I really enjoy watching others on YouTube, because we're not all made the same. We're not stitched from the same fabric, you know. And so everyone's got new ideas or new, you know, tips and tricks and different hacks for things. There's, I mean, it's incredible the talent that is out there. And I love that about being creative. So it doesn't even have to be just sewing. It's just sewing is what it is for me. But there's so much talent out there. It's incredible to see. Alright. So then this... Oh. Did I leave? Okay, yeah, we flipped this right side out, that's right. I'm gonna trim these up just a little bit. Anybody out there looking on starting a new YouTube career? More the merrier, I think. I'm still getting comfortable with the YouTube process and getting comfortable with talking to a camera, and I think that was like the biggest, I would say, if I had to pick one of the most challenging things for me. Oh, do you want out? Do you want out? Okay. Do you want to say hi? She's been sleeping, so now she wants out of the room. You want to come and say hi? Come here. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi, YouTube. Hi. She's my little fluffer. My little rescue dog. Alright, I'm gonna let her out. I think I'm gonna take this to the iron and give it a good press. So, I'll be right back. Let's move on. So I'm gonna put this aside. Grab my exterior. And my card slots. And we are going to center the card slots. My card slots are definitely a little shorter. I knew that was going to happen because of somehow I must have had my measurements off or something. And then this one's like a little bit crooked, but it's alright. I'm going to use some double-sided sticky tape to hold it down, since I am going to have to center this the best I can. Alright, that looks pretty good. Hold this in. Look at how pretty. So pretty. Alright, I'm happy with that, so I'll move on. What I like about these alligator clips so much is that they don't really mark your vinyl, so that's nice. I'm not looking forward to installing the other side of that turn lock though, because that is going to go in there and then you have to sew. I don't know, we'll see how that goes. I can already hear fireworks. Oh, did I go a little far? Probably. People are already starting with their fireworks. I do feel bad for pets or others that don't like the sound of fireworks. You know, there's a lot of people out there that get anxiety or just stresses them out. And there's a lot of pets that do not like fireworks. So I get that. I had my thread go underneath. That's okay, I'm just gonna clip it away. That is a lot of layers to get through, but I know my machine can do it. If you have a domestic that can't get through a lot of layers, probably definitely stick with a only cotton, you know, option. Cotton woven only. You can probably get away with some cotton canvas and cotton woven. But I know that this pattern was written with a domestic machine in mind. I think that should be good. So right about there. I'll mark it right about there. And that's the center. Okay. Where's my little, right here. So that's gonna go out here, and then through here. So is this how y'all do this process? Or whoever has made the NCW? I know there's different ways of doing this. Poke the holes and then grab scissors. This is kind of stretchy, so it doesn't like the seam ripper because I have to pull on it, and I don't want to rip it. So this was the part that I wasn't sure about doing, because then it's going to be right here, but I think I can lift it up off the bed. That was the part that I was like, how do people do that? I'm going to put the washer in. Open up my prongs, which is not that easy to do. They're kind of sharp. I can feel where the prongs are when I have my hand under there. Alright, so that is now installed. Super cute. Alright, we're definitely in the home stretch. Thanks for being here with me so far. This is the only part that I think is going to suck, but we'll figure it out. So we center this, right, the best we can. Alright, we did it. Yep. Alright, so that is now done. And I'm pretty sure we do this. We have to do some measurements. So don't violate it. And then instead of sewing, I am going to do rivets. So I'm going to go grab my rivets. I went ahead and drew my lines already because it was just easy. And we are so close to being done. Just going to rivet these in place and then we're done. And I really enjoyed making a new pattern that I have never made before. I did learn some new things in the process. So what was new was installing a, what do you call this? A turn lock. That's what you call it. And what else was new for me? The pattern and the turn lock, I'm pretty sure. Anything else was new? I don't know. I don't think so. But we're always learning something new. Good to grow. It's how we grow as people. It's how we grow in learning new techniques in bag making. Don't be afraid to try new things. I think that'll be my mantra this year. Alright, clipping my pockets in place. And I just thought that doing rivets would be easier. I've seen how people sew it, and then the rivets, I like the look of the rivets, so I went with that. Maybe next time I make it, I'll sew it up the sides. That's the beauty of it. You get to do it however you like. I think that looks pretty even. Mark where I'm going to do my rivets. Let's see if I can get this in there. I mean, I could use my rivet press here, but I'm sure I want to do that. Okay, that worked out. Grab my rivets. Okay, next. So I'd say this is probably the hardest part. trying to hold it all and do the rivets, or do the holes. Sorry if you can't see that. Doing this kind of like pinchy type stuff makes my hands hurt. Alright. Oh yeah, that's cute. How am I going to do this side? I feel like I can't. Turn it. Maybe this way. Put that back there so it doesn't move on me. Where's my hole? Or my dot? There's my dot. Excuse me. Maybe putting that up there. There's a good amount of thickness there. And a rivet. All right. Let's give these a press. Yeah, super cute. All right, let's move that aside. Grab my rivet press, which is right here. And press them closed and we are done. So I want to thank everyone for being here and for always supporting. And oh, that back part of that rivet came off. Supporting and watching my videos. I want to say thank you. My channel has grown a good amount in a short time frame. Sorry, this back rivet. And I have all of you to thank for that. Thank you. Like I said, give me ideas of what you guys would like to see me make. And we will put it on the to-do list for this year. I am really looking forward to this year. I haven't had my YouTube going for a year yet. I do hope to continue and celebrate that 1 year with everybody. And I look forward to this year. It's good. It's a good year. Good year. One more. All right. We are done. Okay. And there she is. The NCW. Super cute. There's my tag in the back. It ended up being a little lower than anticipated, but that's okay. It's my first one. Next time I know to move it up just a little bit. And there's a turn lock. And the inside, super cute. There's the 2 zippers. Cute little zipper pockets. I love the 2 zippers. I think I'll continue to do it that way. And then we have our card slots on both sides. And then being a little shorter didn't matter at all. I think it ended up being just fine. I got a little bit of string right there that I need to fix, but that's it. Thank you for being here. Thanks for spending your New Year's Eve with me. Please go and make sure to watch all the other videos and lives that are going to be going on, and join us all in making this awesome wallet, which I absolutely love, and I love the way it turned out. I'm glad to have started this year with a new pattern. Thank you. Bye. Happy New Year.